Hi, I'm Marcus Paul, founder of EdgeVend. In this 5-episode series, we'll take a closer look at European manufacturing and why shops like yours still have every reason to be proud. In China, industrial support is estimated at around 1.7% of GDP, at least 3 to 4 times higher than in big EU countries like Germany or France, where comparable support is closer to 0.4 or 0.5%. In the US, big programs like the Inflation Reduction Act and the CHIPS Act pour hundreds of billions into clean energy, batteries, semiconductors, and electric vehicles. The money shows up as tax credits for factories, plants, and whole new supply chains. If a gigafactory, a battery plant, or a wind supplier decides to build in Ohio instead of in Europe, that decision is often backed by these US subsidies. For you as a European job shop, that can mean the really interesting long-term parts are suddenly made on the other side of the Atlantic. China plays a different game. Instead of a few big laws, you see a whole ecosystem of cheap loans, tax breaks, and state support. The result is huge overcapacity in steel, chemicals, solar, batteries, and now also in electric vehicles and machinery. You don't see the subsidy on the invoice. You only see the price. Parts, machines, and even complete assemblies enter the market at levels that are hard to explain with productivity alone. And that price pressure lands straight on your quotation for the next job. Europe is responding with its own toolbox. The Green Deal Industrial Plan, the Net Zero Industry Act, the new Clean Industrial Deal, and more flexible state aid rules until 2030. A lot of that money targets clean manufacturing, energy-intensive industry, and strategic technologies. For a machining shop, the most visible part is often energy. Cheaper industrial power tariffs, compensation schemes, and targeted relief can decide whether your hourly machine rate is competitive or whether every quote feels like a gamble. On top of that, many national programs co-finance new machines, automation, and process upgrades. If you play it right, the state pays part of your next 5-axis, your robot cell, or your energy efficiency project. The honest truth is, most of these big numbers never show up as a check in your mailbox. You feel them indirectly in who builds factories where, in your energy bill, and in how hard or easy it is to finance your next investment. You can't control state aid rules in Brussels, Washington, or Beijing, but you can control how sharp your own game is. Your processes, your tooling, your data, and the kind of customers you go after when these subsidies reshuffle entire value chains. Subsidies will not disappear. The question is not whether they exist, the question is whether your shop is positioned to win work in this new landscape, and that starts with how you run your machines, choose your tools, and structure your processes. If we accept that we now live in a world of permanent industrial subsidies, then every hour of spindle time becomes even more valuable. EdgeVend is here to save you that valuable time and lets you focus on what really matters.
Back in the cut.